Hi there, another We Love Betting episode. Now, Premier League, of course, with Nick Watts. Nick, 2 days left of that horrible instrument between your lip and your nose. Have you still got a girlfriend?
Yes, I have, but I've got no luck. So this is the inverse of Samson, isn't it? Really, it's taken me apart in November. I'm blaming the Tash.
Yeah, frankly. Your tipping's been appalling, but you've raised awareness about cancer. So
that's
kind of balances itself.
You probably need to take a month to do that, don't you? Really, I can go back to winning the rest of the year.
You can sleep at night. You've done, unlike me. Yeah, we would never ever.
Of course, if I won my bets, I could actually donate more money to charity.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 situation. Isn't it? Anyway,
let's try and win some this week.
Yes, come on. Last week, and you'll be clean shaven by the time the weekend comes.
Absolutely, smoother than a baby's bottom.
Thank God.
If I can say that.
Thank God. I think you can. Anyway, first game, bit of a London derby, innit?
Yeah.
Fulham against Spurs.
Well, interestingly, when I first looked at this one, I was thinking about Fulham here, in a particularly hot under the collar kind of way, and that they're bigger than 2-1 at 21-10, and I just figured, I don't really entirely trust Spurs. Fulham have been a free scoring outfit, at least until midweek, and I really actually quite fancied them to get a result. But Spurs haven't been as bad away as I thought they have. Obviously, they had that fantastic win at Old Trafford. They've been to Arsenal as well, so I think they've had a reasonably difficult time of it, and they've won 3, lost 3. So I can cut them some slack there. And I just felt like with Gareth Bale in the kind of form that he was showing against Liverpool earlier in the week, that maybe I just didn't entirely trust Fulham to get the job done here, because they're on a bit of a winless streak themselves, aren't they? So despite the fact that goals, Chelsea aside, have been flowing, it is goals that I'm going for in this game. In the end, that was where I ended up. It's a little bit of a skinny price at 8-11, and I made the mistake of calling the Southampton game last week a banker on the overs, and it didn't come in. But I'm going to make the same mistake again. I'm dipping my toe back into banker waters at 8-11, because quite frankly, 83% of Fulham's home games have been over 2.5 goals. 100% of Spurs away games have been over 2.5 goals. Neither side defends particularly well. They both have decent attacks. It's got to come in for me, Chris. It's got to.
You've made a good case for it, and I was as shocked as anyone that the Southampton-Newcastle game went under 2.5 on Sunday. Bit of a sickener, that, wasn't it?
It was, especially as it was my big zero at that point after Wigan had given me a swift kick to the goalies on Saturday. So
keep up, man, keep up. Anyway, next game, if this is a bubble, it might just burst for West Brom after that result.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Wednesday night.
But I'm actually going to oppose you there, Chris.
So you think the bubble's still?
I think the home bubble is still very firm.
Right, still firm.
Frankly, West Brom have had a bit of a bad time of it away until more recently, so it didn't really surprise me that much.
Well, Swansea's been amazing at one home defeat in 10.
Yeah, Swansea have gone about proving me wrong on several occasions this year. So fair enough to Swansea, but West Brom's home record is still immensely impressive. 1-6, lost 1, and that was to Man City, who are the only team who've actually got a better home record than them.
Yes.
They've scored first in 77% of their games. They scored in every home game. They've looked really solid there, good going forward as well. And I actually think midweek was kind of the kick up the arse they might have needed, really. I can't remember who it was, so I wish I could credit them. But somebody on Twitter said about maybe West Brom were believing their own hype midweek, and they just came out thinking that the Swansea game was going to be easier than it was. So exactly, and I think that's going to refocus minds here. I still think they're a good side. And when you look, they're up against Stoke, who are actually one of the form teams in the division as well, but it's been built very much on their home form. Away from home, they're actually still to win a game. They've conceded 10 goals on the road compared to 2 at home. I mean, the contrasts are just so obvious. And at odds against 21-20 for West Brom to win this game, I really fancy them to get back on track.
Yeah, I don't think that Stoke have won away since the 2nd of January, against Blackburn.
1984 was that?
1984.
It's been a while.
You were even born. In fact, it was 2012. It was such a long time ago. So I'm pretty sure that starts right.
Okay.
So yeah, if that's the case, that's a great bet. And odds against as well. So
yeah, absolutely. I was really surprised to see that.
Yeah,
I would have expected them to be more like 9-10.
And they might even drift. If you
yeah, I think midweek might actually help with the price. If they'd won again, I think it would have come in already.
Definitely.
So
keep an eye on that, definitely. So your third and final game, just looking at what it is, so I can lead in with some sort of witty stroke rubbish comment. It's Norwich against Sunderland. So Chris Hughton, oh, what a job he's doing, eh?
Yeah.
Martin O'Neill, what a terrible job he's doing.
And you wouldn't have thought that if you looked at those two names on paper. Yeah, I mean, Martin O'Neill, obviously the media darling, and I'm a fan as well.
I love
he's a good guy.
Martin O'Neill.
Chris Hughton has completely turned Norwich full circle in many ways. In that they were this free attacking team last year, and now they are this solid defensive unit. When you think of the thumpings they got at the hands of Liverpool and Chelsea in particular, it's really turned it around since then. So what is it now? 7 games they've gone now without losing, drawing all their away games, winning the 3 home games 1-0. They've become the new Arsenal in that sense, haven't they? Really. And credit to them for that. Sunderland obviously have taken a lot of criticism, but I actually think last Saturday aside, they're a pretty solid side. They're not a spectacular side. Yeah, they are struggling a little bit going forward, but defensively they've been okay. What worries me about Norwich, and I had to say it initially, I looked at them, they were 13-10. They've actually been snipped to 5-4 already. I thought that was a big price for a home team in the form Norwich are in. But the fact they've won 1-0 so many times, actually, the only time they scored more than once all season was in a 5-2 defeat to Liverpool. Yeah. That really troubles me. And when they come up against a side like Sunderland, who I think will probably be happy with a point at Carrow Road, and have already drawn 4 of their 7 away games, which I think maybe only Stoke have drawn that many.
Stoke have drawn 7 as well.
Yeah, so I think basically I can see a draw happening here. Definitely, it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's 8-11 for under 2.5 goals. I can't tip 2 8-11 shots. You'd crucify me, wouldn't you, Chris? So let's go with the draw here at 12-5. I've been tipping draws. And you were so close with some success. Yeah, I was devastated with that last-minute goal for Wigan. That would have turned a losing weekend into profitable.
Yeah, you're always devastated when Wigan score.
Yeah.
Anyway, right, your 3 selections.
Okay, so it's Fulham Spurs over 2.5 goals. Feels like a banker at 8-11. West Brom to beat Stoke. That's 21-20. And it is the draw between Norwich and Sunderland at 12-5. That treble plays 11-1, Chris.